Rick, you believe that the national bedbug problem could have been avoided if the problem was addressed when some of the early reports were coming in. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure, Brad. Obviously there's nothing we could do to prevent the introduction of bedbugs into the country. I think where the opportunity existed and where it wasn't taken was to identify infestations early on. So really, ultimately, I think there's been a lack of public awareness. And had there been a major national public awareness campaign early on, let's say in the early 2000s, 2001, 2002, 2003, when bedbugs were starting to get a foothold, and people were educated in the signs and symptoms about bedbugs so that they could easily recognize infestations within several weeks of introduction, I think we probably wouldn't be dealing with bedbugs in the way we are today. So I do think a lot of this could have been prevented had we had a very effective national awareness campaign.
Rick, where are we seeing bedbugs now that we weren't maybe 4 or 5 years ago?
Well, as you know, bedbugs really started out mostly in the hospitality sector, mostly hotels and in urban metropolitan areas. But it spread to apartments and college dormitories. But now we're seeing them in all kinds of environments. We're seeing them showing up periodically in subways. We're getting some periodic reports in movie theaters. Periodically in laundromats. But where we're really seeing a huge increase is in the workplace, in schools. And so they're really starting to come as more and more homes become infested. People are bringing bugs into all different kinds of environments with them. So it's really kind of spinning out of control.
Rick, one of the things you talked about was, in terms of the inspection, was the importance of the headboard. And can you talk a little bit about that? What is the significance of the inspecting the headboard?
Well, it's not. The real significance here is that bedbugs infest areas of least disruption first. So a lot of people, when they're looking for bedbugs, are looking in some of the classic areas where they would expect to find bedbugs, like the seams, the tufts, the folds of the mattress. But that's not where bedbugs typically are going to be, at least not during early stages of infestations. So when we're doing inspections for low-level infestations, we need to pay attention to areas that are completely undisturbed but are still close to a blood meal. So areas like behind a headboard, under and inside of box springs, and areas of that nature.
Rick, what is it about the biology and behavior of bedbugs that make them so challenging? For example, their feeding patterns.
Well, the feeding patterns are certainly one of the challenges. Bedbugs don't feed every day. So when we think about feeding with bedbugs, all stages feed on blood, both the immature and the adult. So until we eliminate 100% of the bugs, the feeding continues, if you will. But they're not feeding every single day. They may go several days to a week or more between blood meals. And so what that means is the majority of the bedbug's lifespan is spent inactive, hiding in these well-protected harborages. So that's just one of a number of challenges that the life cycle presents.
Rick, as you've studied this pest, what has kind of surprised you about this pest, or what are some of the things that amaze you as you continue to learn more about it?
Well, it's just the resiliency of this insect. It's kind of interesting. They're really not that hard to kill. I mean, there's a lot of ways that you can kill a bedbug. It's its ability to remain elusive, that the female seems to be almost seeding the environment with eggs. It's that old saying, if all your eggs were in one basket, if all the eggs were just in the bed, all the bugs were just in the bed, we could just discard a bed and be done with it. But they have a real tenacity for making sure that the environment is seeded with just enough bugs that there's still some bugs left. And they're shown tremendous resiliency with a number of our pesticides, the ability to develop resistance, the challenges presented by feeding, by the eggs, and just an amazing insect.
Great. Rick, thanks a lot for joining this afternoon.
Thank you.